Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet?
I love people as I meet them one by one. People are just wonderful as individuals. You see the whole...
My great aspiration, my greatest ambition is to be so good. Now, in that way, I'm tiresome, as I suppose, to live with, because I want to be a fantastic human being.
I am the greatest. We're not disputing that, Cassius, but how does Sonny Liston feel about it? He can't feel but one way, and let's take everything I say and like it. Because February the 25th, I'm going to take back my job. I'm the champ. He's no champ. He's a tramp. When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation.
Mantra, slave song, slave ship, rip skin, made me rip bones. But no matter how close I eye, my ancestors speak, they tell me they're tired of them praying on us like we're weak. I haven't been getting sleep, longing to sing until I surpass peak, until they think we are equal. Please, all I want is peace. My ancestors beat drums until their palms would bleed, begging that generations remember our story.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Peace, blessings, glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. Let's get this up here real quick. Happy Hump Day, folks. I hope all is well with the good people. Gracious, grateful, and humble to be amongst you, ladies and gentlemen, one more day. We're at the halfway mark. Friday is right around the corner. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're promised tomorrow. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to see Friday. So the word of advice, enjoy today. Embrace today. Make today matter. Make it fun. Make it exciting. Make it sensual. Make it profitable. Make it marketable. Whatever opportunities that are laid before you, seize it. Don't drag it. If you got to cut ties, cut ties. If you got to make up, make up. If you got to release and let go, do it. Whatever you do, don't put off things that you can get done right now. You hear me? Shout outs to my poets, my writers, producers, painters, all the above. You know how I get down over here. I love to give my flowers out. Probably one of my favorite things to do on this side of the internet is to give my flowers out to people who are in my position, or they just don't even get the chance to even be heard or seen. Right? Lately, I've been getting in the habit of showcasing music, playing different songs from different genres, men and women. I'm still working on it. I'm still trying to reach out to a variety of different folks that do different things to get up here. Just off of the strength of, I want to see you win. That's it. Because somebody is going to see it and they're going to be interested. They're going to want to invest time into what you're doing. Too many people are selfish. Too many people are only thinking about them. They don't have the desire to see anybody else elevate because they're in fear that you're going to take away from them, when in actuality everybody is just as good. There's no room for anger or bitterness on this side of the internet. Not for me. That y'all keep that shit somewhere else. Chef, salutes. Salutes. So y'all gonna see a lot of me showcasing a lot of different people up here. I think is a great addition to the shows too. So you'll have the conversation piece, but you'll actually get a chance to hear what other people got going on as well. I don't ask for nothing. The only thing I require is your attention and time. You dig? But you see the title, right? Yeah. Let's talk about it. I'm going to play this clip. I'm going to bring it up on the big screen. We're going to chop it up a little bit. Then I'm going to bring my little highlight up here. Who I'm going to play. I got two different tracks. I'm still trying to decide which one I'm going to pull up first. But Mr. Clifton Powell, he had an interview. And he was talking about Hollywood and the sacrifices that come with being in Hollywood. What it's like to be a black man in Hollywood. The pitfalls, the sacrifices. I think this was an interesting take. Like this ain't the full show, but I thought I'd bring this one up for discussion because a lot of you are willing to sell your soul for fame and fortune, and it's not really worth it. So we got a 2-minute 33-second clip here. I'm gonna let it run. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Let's get into it.
I've had females come at me sideways as producers, you know. It's a weird business. It's a lot of beautiful people. People get attracted to your look. Some people get attracted because they like dark-skinned guys. Some people like older guys. Some people like guys and girls have hit on me. Some people like you because you're powerful or you give powerful performances. This shit ain't real, man. This is acting, you know? And at the end of the day, I'm an actor. When I go home, I leave the character at work. So anybody that tries to groom, anybody that tries to persuade, I think that's wrong, you know? And I think it's got to continually be stopped. I've had producers say certain things or do certain things, male and female, but I know how to handle it because I know what I'm going to do. I always tell people when you get to Hollywood, know what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not desperate to be famous. I think people don't know I wanted to play football. I never wanted to be an actor. I have no idea how I got into it. I mean, I know how I got into it, but I don't know why the gods picked it for me. But I'm not, in my early years, you can't give me $1 million to make me do something sexual. I'll just go get a damn job. I've been set up. I've never been arrested, never been in trouble. You can't set me up because I don't break the law. But I've been set up. I've been approached. I've been, how I don't want to say persuaded, but gestures have been made, you know. And I don't want to get into the details and name any names, but it's been men and women, not a lot, but a few, you know. And my problem, like I said in the beginning, is that if a beautiful woman comes in and likes and she auditions for you and she does a great job, she should be in the running to get the job. If you say, hey, well, you're in the running, but you got to sleep with me to get the job, and if you block her, I think it's wrong to me. That's just me. If she says, hey, you know what, I want to do it, then I would take it outside of the business. It's just weird. I taught acting classes. I've taught acting one-on-one students who one girl came out with her biker shorts and her, sitting in Indian style. I'm like, ma'am, are we coaching or what are you doing? Because I don't mix the two. A guy came to me maybe about 3 years ago. He said, Mr. Powell, I love your work. He said, I'm going to tell you right now, you'd be a lot bigger if you were bisexual. And I said, well, I've gotten as big as I have.
How far are you prepared to go for success? Who are you willing to backstab? How far are you willing to go to never have to struggle in life to become somebody, to see your dreams unfold? I always thought working hard and doing it with your own hands made more sense. It was more practical. Everything that I objectively observed growing up, it proposed to me that a man's merit and his true identity and form came from the ability to create through your own imagination. Taking pride in knowing that it was these very hands, it wasn't nobody else's, but it was these hands and this mind and the grace and mercy of God that allowed me to excel in that which I am gifted at. No preservatives. I don't need to sign a contract that says you can have my eternal salvation and turn everything that I ever wanted will be hand-picked and just given to me on a silver platter. One of the conversations that we don't have enough of is what really happens to a person who sells their soul. You give your entire body to another human being of the opposite or the same gender, opening doors to a spiritual realm filled with demonic energy and entities that move under the authority of only one. You get the car, you get the music, you get the professional photos, you get to go to shindigs with your favorites, musicians, singers, writers, authors. You get to walk the carpet. You get to sign 1 million autographs a day. You get to be admonished by millions and millions of people. Sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Enticing. Instead of looking out of your window wondering why life is so rough, you're looking out of your window from a beach house overlooking the ocean with a Olympic-sized pool just below your bedroom. Which one would you rather choose? Sign me up. How do I get to that person, to that place, without having to deal with phony friends, deal with having self-discipline? How do I skip the process and just go over here and have everything that I ever wanted immediately? Oh yeah. Oh, this is what I gotta do? You telling me all I gotta do is this? Oh, I don't know if I'm willing to do that, but here are my options. I could either stay broke, I could stay poor, I could stay constantly worried about my bills getting paid and my power getting shut off and being homeless. I can continue to worry about living in these poor, impoverished neighborhoods and deal with this poor quality of life that I'm subdued to every single day. Or I can go ahead and take 10, 15 minutes and allow another human being to enter my personal space and let them objectify my body in ways that will make a grown man cry. It would make your ancestors turn in a grave. Uh, 10, 15 minutes of letting somebody peg me from behind is probably not that bad. For $2-3 million, you telling me all I got to do is a little something, and you can make me famous, you can make me rich. All I got to do is take a little razor blade and get some blood out of my finger and let it drip on a piece of paper, sign my name in blood, and that's it. I'm good to go. Now you can get me with Kevin Hart, and you can have me sitting with Stephen A. Smith, and you can have me on yachts, and I get to do every single podcast in the world. You're gonna make me a star. All I got to do is spill a little blood, drop a little trouser, suck a little dick. And I ain't even trying to be funny. That's how a lot of people think. Like we're in that space. Folks are desperate. And you're decent. You got talent. It's not like you're a trash rapper. Maybe you're not even supposed to be a rapper. Maybe you're supposed to be something else, but you insist on being something that you're not supposed to be. People are willing to throw you under the bus to reach a certain level of success in life. Nobody wants to live broke and poor. Nobody wants to be on the street. Nobody signed up to be a just blob of obscurity. One of the reasons why I never was really envious of anyone who lived a certain lifestyle is because I knew deep down in my heart that just because you got all of this opportunity and freedom, God judges you just as much as he judges us. And the things that you go through are no different than the things that we go through. It's just that we don't see what goes on in Hollywood or in the industry. Y'all glorify these musicians. Y'all crash out and praise and worship these people. You treat them like they're deities. I don't. Them folks be superficial. They be suicidal. They be broke pretending to be rich. They turn into monsters. A bunch of Epsteins and P. Diddy's, Sean Combs. A bunch of perversion. A bunch of perversion with manipulation. Turn the camera on, throw on some lipstick, some flashy, expensive clothes, and then perform for the entire world and give them a show, give them something worth being envious and jealous of. A bunch of demons performing on stage in skin suits, hiding behind fleshly versions of who you think they are, which beyond the veil is something completely ugly, something that would scare you in your nightmares. But you see an opportunity to get out of your turmoil. And all it takes is doing something that's fleshly, something that is worldly. It's a quick fix. It'll erase all your problems. Selling your soul will erase all your problems. Turning on your best friend will solve all your problems. Lying to yourself. Betraying your own soul. Turning your back on God. Turning your back on your family. Turning your back on your community. Turning your back on the very ones that loved you the most. Also, that you don't have to go through the hardships. Because the hardships, they're too inconvenient. It sucks. It's awful. The rejection alone is too much. Nobody wants to be rejected or told they're not good enough. Nobody ever wants to experience that. Why would anyone want to experience that? Do you know the difference between doing things in God's order and doing things in the world's version of God's order? Do you know what that looks like? Can you identify it if you saw it? It's funny. In the sermon on Sunday, matter of fact, in a conversation I was having with the brothers from my church, it was brought up how you can mistake something for being from God, but in reality, That was not God's blessing. That wasn't his okay. He didn't approve of that. That wasn't what he wanted for you. But it's okay. Let me help you out. We're gonna break that down. I got you covered. Um This is what I want to do real quick. I want to go ahead and take this quick intermission. And when I come back, we're going to talk about the difference. Let's go over what it looks like when you do things in God's order and you do things in Satan's order, in the worldly version of what you think God wants for you. Let's go ahead and clear up the disparities, because a lot of people think they're doing things that are coming from him and they're not coming from him at all. So look, shout outs to my bro. We're going to take a quick intermission and then I'm going to come back. This is from Chef, a talented brother. I told him I'm a fan of his and I meant it. There's a couple of people that I'm a fan of now. You'll see more of them as time progresses. I got to get back on threads. But yeah, storyteller. I fuck with this one. This is one of my jams right here. Let me bring this up on a big screen. And I will see you guys in a second.
Storyteller, show me a sign. Storyteller, throw me a line. Storyteller, save my mind. Storyteller, storyteller. First off, I don't know dick about this rap shit. And poverty stunts the transition from out of this trap shit. Goodies and BC powders for me to cut the coke up. Pushing whole bricks to throw some spokes up on the V-dub. A youngin' and thug and Thundercat lay my OG down. Hit him up for 80 racks, 4 kilos and a half a pound. 1,300 rocks, his crack rocked by the mount. 600 beans, a trap house on the other side of town. 400 Lord tab, 250 methadones. I wonder why he had to go, but I understand the game. No, I ain't no gangster, don't come press me about your G-code. Ain't no disrespect, but I prefer to move in stealth mode. Call my hitter, say the midnight zone can't phase me. Gotta speak in code, cause some fears ain't lazy. Retaliating, effect masterminded for the takeout. Post at the enemy's grandmama, mama, and baby's house. Storyteller, show me a sign. Storyteller, throw me a line. Storyteller, save my mind. Storyteller, 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 show me a sign. Storyteller, throw me a line. Storyteller, save my mind. Storyteller, storyteller. Forgiveness ain't in my predisposition, but you need to heed this most solemn admonition. Just cause I spared a life for you and your wife don't make me less of a villain. Thought it best not to take shots. Random civilians could have popped your tops. Left bodies flop, stained in vermilion from that AK pistol grip. Please believe them clips got extensions. Stay breaking codes, but no, you can't cope with the tension. Beef don't stop when riches accumulated. You flew your colors with twisted fingers, communicated, propagated enemies, unanticipated, head of faded. Linked up with your day one, he told me yesterday you been Trade him. Watch your throat, cause the payroll's paid where your hair get braided. He stole your girl, she on direct deposit, whole strolls. Now it goes, keeping real niggas pockets swole. Quick to sign affidavits when they suspect you, nigga. In retrospect, can't believe I used to respect you, nigga. Storyteller, show me a sign. Storyteller. Throw me a line. Storyteller, say my mind. Storyteller, storyteller, storyteller. Show me a sign. Storyteller, throw me a line. Storyteller, say my mind. Storyteller, storyteller.
Salute to the bro. Salute to the bro. Y'all check him out on YouTube. The link, I try to put it in the pinned comment section or some shit like that. If you ain't catch it off the video, you know what I'm saying? Dude, pretty dope. He humble. He's always supportive, man. And that's what it's about. It's about being humble, meek, treat each other like you want to be treated, which is exactly why we are in the space that we're in anyway. Well, the folks that decide that doing things the hard way just ain't worth it. I'm gonna tell you something. When you skip the line, you find out real quick who is who. When you jump in front of the process, you understand that you should have had a little more patience. Because guess what? Skipping the process means there are things that you do not realize or learn until you are put in positions that force you to know what you need to know, and then you don't know what you should have known, and it's like, damn. You sitting here looking dumb. You got to ask everybody around you what you're supposed to say, what you're supposed to say next, what you're supposed to do next, how you're supposed to carry yourself in front of an audience, how you're supposed to do business and network, and and that just goes beyond just business. When you sell your soul, you get immediate gratification after they get theirs from you first. So they get their nut off. Maybe they get to clap your cheeks or something. Maybe they put you on like some type of weird ass sexual retainer where they can call you and do as they please, and in return, you get to be in a commercial. Or you get to host the BET Awards, or you get to get in front of the line when it comes to getting an acting gig, even though there are people a million times better than you. You go home with a sore butthole, but you got that check. You let a grown-ass man fondle you and fuck you in the mouth, but you got that check. You get to go to London. You get to hang out with T.I. and them. But you still got to go home with yourself, my nigga. We don't see it, but you still got to live with the fact that you suck dick and you bend over for a whole grown-ass man. You spend 10, 15 years of your life flying all across the world. The people adore you. They absolutely love you. And in their eyes, you can't do no wrong. But in God's eyes, well, he's going to be the deciding factor. It don't really matter what I say, what Chef say, or anybody in the comment section say. It doesn't matter what anybody on social media says. There are certain things that you do in this life that will, matter of fact, nothing that you do in this life is forgotten in the eyes of the Lord. God remembers and sees everything. So while you got this level of success and respect and worship from everybody out here, you played right into Satan's hands. Satan got you exactly where he wants you. He wants you disconnected from God so that he can claim your soul when your life exits the body that it is encapsulated in. This is temporary. This world is temporary. That vessel that you're housed in, temporary. And I'll be honest with you, I want it immediate. I want it immediate. I hate bills. I hate struggling. I hate being stressed out, constantly getting harassed by bill collectors. I can't stand that shit. I can't stand having fake friends around me. I can't stand fake love. I can't stand the idea of being a nobody. I don't like the idea that I will be minuscule in the eyes of everybody that is in this. Like, no, I can't accept that. You're not about to make me a slave to the 9 to 5. You're not about to make me be something, nothing more than an ant to women. And no, I desire, I deserve, I. Them little thoughts come across your mind. It's like, well, there are options. There are things that you can do to become famous. There are things that you can do to obtain the audience that you want. You can get the admiration that you desire. You can get the friendship and the love that you desire, but you're gonna have to give something in return. What are you willing to give in return for what you're asking for? Who hasn't been tempted by that? Lying if you say you haven't. I can't do that. While you guys are out here choosing option B or A, and I'm sitting back here, I'm scrolling my phone, I'm seeing conversations, I'm seeing people talk about how Sexy Red just made $1 million off of gonorrhea lipstick. I'm listening to people argue and fight over Glorilla and Young Thug. Young Thug is a fucking faggot. Excuse my language, YouTube. I know y'all don't like that shit. I know.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
You got people in spaces dressing like fucking females. You're a whole dude. Y'all made a grown man cosplaying as a woman famous. This man has been all over the internet for talking about snitching and dudes taking it out the butt, and all this shit is a direct effect of sin and iniquity. That's it. You got the money, you got the title, the world see you, brother. Yeah. But they don't see you the way that God sees you. I see somebody who has a lot of demons inside of them. And them demons got you crashing out. Them demons got you in jail. Them demons got you thinking that you're a woman. Them demons got you looking over your shoulder. Mariah, is it Mariah? Mariah the scientist? You are a fucking weirdo. Yeah, I said it. Beautiful, absolutely stunning woman. You can sing. You have a talent. There's plenty of men out here that I'm certain would do better by you by a long shot than Young Thug. But you don't want those dudes, right? You would rather settle for a dude who don't even know if he's a dude or a woman. You would rather fuck a guy who fucks and gets fucked by men. That shit is absolutely fucking insane to me. Like, so let me get this straight. You're not an ugly woman. You can sing. You have options. I don't know how you got into the industry. I don't know what part of you is still you and what part of you is under the control of something else. Like, to be honest with you. But you decide to allow a man who puts his penis in the backside of another grown adult, sword fighting with other dudes and shit. That's yeah, you like y'all be out here accepting anything, man. Y'all gave her a pass. You'll still sleep with her. I know it sounds like a side quest, but you you would absolutely sleep with a chick. You'll absolutely sleep with a chick that sleeps with bisexual men. That shit is crazy to me. And what you just said is a part of what happens when you sell your soul. This is exactly a part of it. You have other people who are invested. You think it's just the main attraction that's engaging in this stuff? Nah, your handler. These people are absolutely helping and giving more provision for more demonic stuff to take part in the lives of these people who decide that they want to be in this end game. Like, you, the amount of folks that are in hell right now for shit like this, I can't even count. I wouldn't even know where to guess or to begin. Nobody wants to really talk about the spiritual side of this stuff. Like I said, you go to the parties, you get the rub elbows with these people. You get the autographs. You get to take pictures with Chris Brown and all that shit. But at what cost? What comes with all of that shit? You lose friendships. You lose marriages. You lose careers. Your spiritual house is sick. You're bringing all these different souls into your life, and them people got spiritual shit going on with them. You lose yourself. How many identities have you had in the last 20 years? I can tell you, for me, I can count at least 4 in the last 25 years. I've had at least 4 different versions of myself, 4 different parallel universes. I've explored 4 different versions of me, only to end up returning to my original center, who I actually am, not the versions of what the world thought would be acceptable of me, but the one that God finds acceptable of me, where I can just talk freely and just be me without any cause and effect to it. I'm not rubbing Johnson & Johnson baby oil on my butt so that you can get enjoyment or entertainment out of humiliating me behind the camera, recording me and documenting it so you can have something over me later on, just in case I decide that I don't want this lifestyle no more. I got mad respect for Clifton, Powell, Eddie Griffin. There are still a number of folks who have never sold their soul, and they still make a decent living. They still find ways to flourish. God is too great of a person or a entity or a spiritual presence to be swayed or to allow a human being who is limited by their perceptions of life. I could never listen to you tell me I can't do something. You cannot tell me that I cannot do this right here. I will upload every day. 3 times, 2 times, 4 times, 5 times. I will upload every day until they come knocking on the door and tell me I got to get the fuck out. I will upload every day, post every day until I reach the audience that I'm supposed to reach. You think that it stops with just the opinion of someone who don't even know themselves? You think my flow or my motion is dictated by your rage and your hate and what encapsulates your soul and your heart? God is in control of everything. You are here because of him. I don't answer to the human flesh. What you think is impossible, I think is very possible. God is the provider. Ask and you shall receive. Why do I need to sell my soul? When you sell your soul, you embarrass yourself. Why? Because you got to do things for that. that humiliate your family and friends. When you sell your soul, you got to do shit that makes it hard for you to sleep at night. When you sell your soul, you do shit that you're going to have to spend the rest of your life thinking about. You're going to have to think about everybody that you killed inadvertently or purposely. You're going to have to sleep with the fact that you're the reason why people's careers fell off. You got to sleep with yourself knowing that you let 5 dudes run a train on you and you're a whole grown ass man. You got to sleep with the fact that you destroyed a generation of children because of your content. You got to sleep with the fact that you are responsible for manipulating a generation of people. That's not something that I want on my plate. That's not something that I want to wake up and go to bed on. Absolutely not. I would rather do it the hard way. I would feel absolutely, and on top of that, I would feel better knowing, pass or fail, that I gave it my all. I don't want, like, it's bad enough that the lifestyles that we have already is disappointing. We sin every day, and he's not pleased. You think I'm about to sit up here and slap him in the face even more by saying, look, this don't belong to him. This belongs to the other person. It's not a game. It isn't at all. I know the things that are from the Creator. They're permanent. The Lord Himself and Satan can offer you the same thing, but there are differences between the blessings. There's always one thing that separates this from that. We've been in relationships that we thought were from Him, and they weren't. We've been on jobs that we thought were from Him, and they weren't. We've given money to people thinking that we were doing the right thing, and that wasn't under His authority. We thought we were being charitable. We thought we were being good people by donating, but you weren't doing it for God. You were doing it for yourself. Just food for thought. I'm not selling my soul. I spent too much of my life doing that. If I'm going to get where I'm trying to go, it's going to be under His covering and under His protection. Love it, like it, or hate it. Why do you think people like P. Diddy, no one thought he was going to get arrested or go to jail? But look what happened to him. There's a few more people that's going to end up going to jail, and they will be held accountable. Y'all ain't going to like it. I don't care. I am waiting for the day that woman gets the handcuffs put on her, because she's up here on the internet in a whole relationship, living life while somebody else is fighting for theirs. The type of celebrity that y'all think is good is not. You think these people are winning? You think these folks are really doing something special? And they're just getting away with all of it. No, they're not. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time before they get reduced to chaff. Glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. Forgive me for my foul language. The truth of the matter is, nothing temporary can ever bring you the happiness that you truly desire. Nothing of this world will ever bring you the true joys that you want. The true joy that you need comes from God Himself and through the works under His guidance. Human beings are too fickle and too manipulative and too controlling. Their ideals and the things that they believe in are so earthly that you'll be in a psych ward with padded walls messing around with listening to people. They will tell you to hook up with this person and connect with this person and collab with that person, but you got to try the spirit by the spirit, my nigga. You got to know if people have the right heart. You got to know if these people are working with you with the intentions on seeing you elevate, or are they working with you because they have other motives? They want to see what they can extract out of you in the process of giving you the idea that they're helping you when they're really helping themselves. People will do and say whatever possible to maintain their growth. The fruits of their labor speak for themselves. And while I love my people, I know how humans are, man. I done been through it too much. Everything here, I do it without question. I don't have to inbox somebody 24 hours a day. I don't have to text message you. I don't have to pick up a phone call every 5 minutes. Hey, remember me? Hey, remember when you said you were going to do this? And yeah, remember when you said, I don't got to do that. You know why? Because I'm going to do it. I know I'm going to do it. Because I know that a lot of times you really don't fuck with the people that you claim you really fuck with. You don't really like the people that you say you support. You really aren't the person that you say you are. But it does sound beautiful in theory when you speak all of this cutesy, dolled up rhetoric. I know how I go, man. People been around me for years and they ain't never really supported me for shit. But they always want to take credit. They always want to show up at the finish line after all the sweat and all the hard work and put their signature on stuff. But you wasn't there when I was. Nah, we're not doing all that. I know I'm going to show up for me. If anybody is going to reap the benefits of this, it's going to be God first. And then I'm going to give love and my flowers to the people who absolutely showed me without a shadow of a doubt that their intentions and their purpose for being here was not on some fuck shit. Like, what are we talking about? Give me my remix. I'm good. I would prefer to be myself and do this my way. Talk slow, get to the point slow, whatever. Call me boring. I don't care. Fuck all that. Like that's why we have the choice to go to and fro and watch who and like you can be wherever you want to be at. I'm only for specific people. It's all right, but not for nothing. I look at, and these are my closing thoughts on this entire thing with Clifton Powell and what he was speaking on. Now more than ever, discernment is necessary. You need to know if the person is temporary or permanent. You need to know how good they are at business. You need to know how consistent they are. You need to pick holes. You need to know if they are walking around with things that could affect you negatively. You have to be patient. You cannot rush or force anything to happen. You can't force it to work. You can't force people to conform. You can't force people to respond. You can't force people to engage. You can't force people to want to see you win. You can't force you to win. You have to be so locked in and so loyal to the faith that you have that there is a God, Jesus of Nazareth. You have to believe so much in your calling and in your purpose that it does not matter if there are a million people around you or zero. You got to operate and walk as if everything is already set in stone and you're just enjoying the journey along the way until you actually get to the destination. That's how you got to treat all of this. So if I don't have the friends, or I don't have the love, or I don't have the success, or I don't, who said I didn't have it? I just haven't gotten there yet. Everything that I've put myself through is because I was impatient and rebellious, and because I wanted things a certain way. I didn't want things to be given to me the way that they were supposed to properly be given to me. That's why we always end up sticking our foot in our mouth. Always end up looking dumb at the end of the day, doing things the way we want. But I digress. I want to give a quick shout out to Chef. A shout out to Claire. A shout out to Robin. A shout out to Rob, Sydney. A shout out to the people that are watching. A shout out to everyone who tapped in yesterday for the live stream we did last night. I'm about to go back in the lab here in a second. I'm going to go grab me something to eat. Get back to my recordings. To the new subscribers, shout out. I appreciate y'all for taking time out to come over here. You're looking at the new face of horror. You hear me? I'm claiming it right now. The new face of horror. This has never been done. This has never happened before. I'm a regular, average person from out of nowhere on social media. Nothing was given to me. Nobody respected me. Nobody invested or poured into me. But a few people I can count on one hand. I'm a nobody to the world. I'm a nobody to the algorithm. This little old nobody is about to show you exactly what it looks like to pour into people and build based on real support. And it's not about self. God used me to reach the people that need to be reached. I'm the impossible. I'm the one that wasn't supposed to have nothing. I'm the one that was supposed to be broken. I'm the one that was supposed to be beneath the feet of every man on earth. I'm the one that every woman is supposed to ignore and walk by. I'm the one that wasn't supposed to be handed nothing. I'm the one that is supposed to go to the grave owing everybody. I'm supposed to be in debt. I'm the one that nobody gives a shit about. But guess what? I'm going to be the same one to give God all praise and glory with or without. The same one that's going to keep doing what he's doing regardless if anybody approves of it. And I'm not selling my soul. I'm just going to do me. And that being said, I'll see you guys later on, Lord willing. Sydney, you're up. Y'all be easy, man. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. We'll be back. Do me a solid before you go.
What's the goddamn button back?
Peace.
Mantra, slave song, slave ship, rip skin, made me rip bones. But no matter how close I, my ancestors speak, they tell me they're tired of them praying on us like we're weak. I haven't been getting sleep, longing to sing until I surpass peak, until they think we are equal. Please, all I want is peace.